Hey, what's going on, guys? So, right before I did the Lunar Diplomacy to get the quest points, I actually did Cabin Fever. And so what that allowed me to do is kill cave horrors because I also had the 58 Slayer requirement. And so what I decided to do was, in order to get money, mostly for PKing, but also to get this account a little higher level, I decided to kill cave horrors and just camp them. And basically what I did is I spent all day I think it was around 8 hours. I didn't actually time myself, which in hindsight I probably should have. But it was probably around 8 hours. I remember starting at around 2 and ending at around 10. So it might be a little different than that, 7 or 9 hours. But basically, I'm gonna tell you guys, go through all the different loot I got, including clue scrolls and black masks. I sort of get rid of, I don't really count anything else like the Renars or the Limpworts or anything because I just use those for training my account, so I'm not going to really sell them. As well as some items in the clue scrolls, I don't really account in the selling price, and that's mostly because I use them, but there's nothing big in those. It's mostly just Black Dragonhide stuff, so don't worry too much about that. So the first one I got was not too bad. It was a Ceradomin page 3. Rune plate legs, and then some cash and blue fire starters, or whatever they're called. So it wasn't that bad. Compared to my first one, it was a little worse, but at least it had a god page. So here's what I sold everything for. Obviously just the cash stack, and then Ceradomin page I sold for 30k just to get rid of it. It's really not that great of a god book. There's really no point to having it, so I just sold it to get rid of it. And then rune plate legs typically sell for around 55k, and that's what I sold mine for. And I think I got 2 during all these clues, so I pretty much sold all the items for the same price. And then the second one, this one was I was much happier with. Zamrock page 3, some blood runes, which I'm not going to count in the prices, rune full helm, rune plate, rune battle axe, and rune hatchet. So that one was way better. When I'm gonna pull up the what I sold everything for in a second here, and this one was by far my best clue that I've had on this account yet. So 55k for the rune helm, 65 for the plate body, 25k for the hatchet. I alked the battle axe for 24k, basically 25k. And then I sold the Zamrock page for 685k, and that's where all the big money came in. So I ended up making 854k, basically 855k, just from that one clue scroll, so that one was really good. This is my third out of 4, and this was a pretty bad loot. The rune plate body is really the best part of this. I'm not going to count either of the magic bows in the prices, just because I'm going to keep them. I think a clue scroll requires a magic longbow for one of the requirements, so I'm just going to keep that. I sold the rune rune pickaxe for 30k, the rune plate body for 65k, and the rune long I alked for 29k, or 19k, sorry. And that totals out to 114k, so much worse than the last one, but still better than the first one, and not too bad. And then this is the last one, and it ended up being just about the same as the third one. So the black d'hide body I'm not going to count in the price because I'm going to keep that. And the rest of the stuff, I'll pull up the price here, but basically it sold for almost exactly the same as the third clue scroll, so the one that we saw just before this one, which I found quite interesting. So this one, 25k for the hatchet, alked the battle axe for 25k, 55k for the plate legs, and then I alked the dagger for 5k. And then the 5k cash stack adds up to 114,209, which is, the other one was 114,200. So very, very close on the rewards there. So this is actually a graph of everything I got over the entire day. The first clue, 86k. Second was a total of 854k, basically 855. Third one was 114, and fourth one was 114 as well. So it averaged out to be about 292k per clue. But keep in mind that that's a really bad sample considering there was only 4 clue scrolls, and you could see that the average, if you got rid of Clue Scroll 2, would be way lower. Clue Scroll 2 brings up the average a lot. So don't think that Clue Scrolls will typically give you 300k per. That's mostly because of the luck I had, I guess. But yeah, that's the average that I had. So all the clues that I had totaled to 1.1 mil, almost 1.2 mil, as you can see there. So I was pretty happy with that. It didn't take that much time, especially because I already had all the requirements for every clue I had, so I didn't have to deal with grinding out fishing for the fishing guild or anything like that. I also had a total of 2 black masks, and that was really helpful. I never camped horrors for black masks. I camped them only for clues. So if I ever got a clue, I'd maybe kill like 5 more just in case there was like a double drop, and then I'd go ahead and go do the clue. So those 2 black masks weren't from me camping them really. They were mostly from me just trying to get clues. So if you're trying to just get level 3 clues, cave horrors can be a really good choice because you can end up getting black masks while you're doing it, as opposed to jellies where you're not really going to get anything like rune full helms from jellies. So if you add my 2 black masks together with my clue scroll rewards, I get 2.5 mil, 2 mil, 570k, and then 40. And that's over 8 hours. So basically it turns out to be 321k per hour. And so that's a really good reward, but again, this is a really poor sample. It's 1 day, and the clue scroll rewards were, really spread out. You had the low, roughly 100k, and then you jump up to 854k. So that's how much money I made in 8 hours, and I really hope that you guys maybe try this method out. I've seen a lot of people camping jellies, and I don't know if that's the best method. You only really need, 8 Slayer levels higher. It's either 8 or 4, and so I don't really see the point in not grinding out those few levels and then getting to the point where you can go ahead and get black masks as well. So thanks a bunch for watching. If you enjoyed, leave it a like, and I'll see you guys next time for next video.